This channel is proudly sponsored by pt4 Studios, the developers and publishers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. Please check out the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Raven. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this storytelling roleplay hybrid experience based on the writings of Edgar Allan Poe, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about how to play the game, starting with Session 0. Session 0 is very important. During this session, you customize your Corvus characters and relate them to the rest of the family. You also define the wing of the mansion for each Corvus character. So this is really cool. Each character of yours is going to have a particular personal wing. You can describe it or decorate it according to your character. For example, the places of work and habitation of a necromancer are going to be significantly different when compared to the places of work and habitation of a poet. You can also create scenes from the daily life of the different Corvus characters. You can actually roleplay these scenes, or even storytell these scenes as required or desired. Now, when it comes to adding characters to an existing campaign, or novel as it is referred to in this storytelling roleplay hybrid game, it's very easy to do. Maybe a relative or a distant member of the family has just arrived, and of course they can customize the place in the mansion that they are going to inhabit. Now let's talk about the general flow of play. This tabletop RPG storytelling system uses the Maelstrom storytelling system. The Maelstrom system consists of twists. Each scene that is presented by the Tenebrous Voice, that is the name used for the game master in this system, will be solved by the players using twists. So what are twists? Twists are not actions unlike role-playing games. Twists are short stories, mini-stories. Each player is momentarily going to take control of the game world and is going to tell a story on how that scene is resolved. Very different from your standard roleplay experience. So for example, maybe a player character got captured and is now locked inside of a room inside of a house. The person playing as that player character now tells a story, uses a twist. As I stood there inside of the dark room, I noticed a small glint in the corner. It was a discarded piece of metal. I used it to force the door open, and so I stepped outside. That's the storytelling part. The player decided to come up with finding that piece of metal that would allow the character to escape that room. But now that the character is out of the room, the scene ends and a roll needs to be made. You roll your Corvus dice and your miss dice. The game master doesn't roll. Let's say that the player rolled many successes on his Corvus dice, which are referred to as cats. There is no sound, and the way is clear. It is easy enough for the player character to make their way across the house towards the entrance. The layout is quite typical of the houses in the city. But what if you rolled a lot of ravens, that is, with the missed dice? Then perhaps, as the character steps outside of the room, that character suffers an injury as a rapier comes out of nowhere, slashing through the elbow of the character. And the man wielding the rapier speaks. You didn't think you would be able to escape this house alive now, do you? So that's how scenes are resolved. The Maelstrom part of this system is the structure used to create the tale to be played. It consists of a whirlpool of events and threats that ratchet up the tension. It is divided into 4 chapters: exposition, development, tension, and resolution. To sum things up, when Corvus characters are facing threatening situations or unexpected occurrences during the course of a scenario, the Tenebrous Voice identifies the most sinister threat. The players define a twist to overcome that threat. The dice involved are determined and the players roll. Successful Corvus and missed rolls cancel each other out. Remember, each die that counts 4 or above counts as a success. The resulting twist is narrated. If it's favorable, the player narrates the outcome. If it's unfavorable, the tenebrous voice defines these twists. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about identifying the most sinister threats. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the flow of play. There are more nuances to this, of course. I will tell you all about them as we proceed with this review. And you can see clear examples here on the differences between a storytelling game and a role-playing game. In a storytelling game, you take momentary control of the game world for various instances or actions within a particular scene. And when it comes to a tabletop role-playing game, you are resolving things action by action. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, it's not about what you want your characters to do, it's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.